So we need to remember in our catch play is when we can set all of our foundations and our good habits, or allow our bad habits to continue to become harder and harder to break. So we have to remember when we're playing catch, we have to first make sure our feet are set. We got to make sure our shoulders are lined up to our target. We got to make sure our hips are lined up to our target. We have to make sure that we are coming to the same starting position with our hands. We need to make sure that when we go to step towards our target, our stride goes to our target. We got to make sure our glove goes to our target. We have to make sure our glove finishes into our chest, armpit, ribcage area. We have to make sure that when we throw that baseball, we finish those shoulders all the way through. And not just throwing the ball and having the arm come through, but rotating everything all the way through. We got to keep our head nice and still on our target. We have to make sure every throw we're doing this. Catch the ball, get ourselves turned, look at our feet, make sure they're in the right position, get lined up to our target, step to our target, finish our glove, finish our shoulders every single time. If we play good catch and we do good catch every day or every time we do play catch, it is good catch and it's focused catch and it's catch with a purpose, this will transition over to strikes on the mound. We also have to be thinking about when I'm throwing, not just throwing to a halo where that guy could put a glove up and catch it, but throwing it to one shoulder versus throwing it to the other shoulder, one hip versus the other hip, knee, one letter on a chest versus another letter on a chest. We have to start looking at a spot and learning how to throw it to that spot. Because if I can't throw one half of my partner versus the other half of my partner in catch play, I can't expect to throw the ball to one side of the plate or the other side of the plate on the mound. We have to think, when I play catch, these are just like reps. How many reps do you want to hit in the cage in BP? One more. Let me get one more. One more. When we play catch, it needs to be the same thought process, the same mentality. One more throw. Why? Because I need to become elite at throwing this baseball. Not just for the mound, but for third base, for catcher, for left field, for second baseman, whoever it may be. I need to be elite at throwing this baseball. And I can only become elite by doing lots of reps. So in our catch play, we have to see, how long are we playing catch for? Are we only playing catch for 5-6 minutes before our games? Are we only playing catch for 5-6-7 minutes before our practices? If so, we need to be playing catch for much longer. We need to have a practice where we play catch for 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Break it up into 2 15-minute sessions or 2 10-minute sections, whatever it may be. But we just need to play more catch. And we got to look at our distance. Are we playing catch at far distances, or are we just playing catch at short distances? So then these throws from the mound seem far. If we can hit a spot from 80 feet, it's going to make throwing that pitch from whatever our pitching distance is a whole lot easier. If I can throw the ball 100 feet, my arm is getting stronger, which is going to make it easier to throw strikes at my pitching distance. So our catch play can be a big tool to help us throw more strikes. We need to play catch for longer periods of time. We need to have better focus while we're playing catch and looking at a spot and trying to learn how to throw to that spot. I need to make sure that I control my body and its movements and try to do the same movements over and over again. So that way I can become repeatable. because that is the name of the game. Doing things the same way so I can get similar results. Okay, so we're going to notice two big things in these pitches here. One, we're not finishing our glove. Okay, every pitch we see our glove is below our waist and off to the side, down by our knee. All right, every time we throw the baseball, we have to finish our glove in our chest, armpit, rib cage area. If we do not, our energy of our throw does not get secured to the target. And when our energy is not going to the target, our throw will not go to the target. We must finish our glove any and every time we throw the baseball from all positions every time. That was something I was always drilling into you guys in the winter. Every throw we were making and catch, finish your glove, finish your glove, finish your glove. So we can see that is not a habit yet. So you must remind yourself, finish my glove, finish my glove, finish my glove before every throw you make, every time you go to make a throw in catch or on the mound to pitch. The next thing we're going to notice after the glove not being finished in the chest, rib cage, armpit area is that we are not finishing our throw. We're not getting our shoulders to go all the way through. Our hips aren't coming all the way through. And we are therefore not able to say we are throwing the ball, but we are more trying to guide the ball. We're also noticing where all these misses going. Glove side. All the misses are going glove side. So let's watch. When you go to lift your leg, you're standing nice and tall. And then when you lift that leg up, watch where your chest goes. See how we're kind of bent over? And now we're even more bent over. And now we got to get that bent that was bent over towards third. It's got to start leaning back towards first base to get us tall. And now our energy is going from third base to first base, and the throw goes towards first base side. The throw goes, that one didn't, but all the other ones go over there. So we got to remember, when we raise our leg, the only thing that we need to move to raise that leg is the leg itself. Raise the knee up. Don't bend the chest down to the knee. Because one, we're adding an extra movement that we can't keep consistent. And two, it's going to change our energy. And we're all about trying to keep our energy in line with our target. So if we're hunching over to get the leg lift up, it's going to make it harder for us to throw strikes. If we're not finishing the glove, it's going to make it harder for us to throw strikes. If we're not finishing our pitch, trying to finish it as similar as possible every single time, it's going to be hard to throw strikes. Okay, so watch. Every throw all the way through with the finish. Nice and tall during the leg lift. Nice and tall as you're striding out. Everything's getting finished. Chest and belt buckle all the way rotated into the other dugout. Not just stopping in line with the target. The arm whipping all the way across the body. The shoulders going all the way around. Each and every pitch. Each and every pitch. All the way through. Head right on that target. Sticking the finish. Sticking it. Boom. Same finish every time. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Where's that glove at every time? It is, boom, right by the chest, armpit, ribcage area, not down by the knee. So we got to stay tall during our leg lift. We got to finish our glove, and we got to finish our hips and shoulders all the way through release. All right, what we're going to notice in our pitches here that I selected from the middle of your outing is that every single one of them, we have a pretty decent leg lift, but we're guiding the baseball. We're trying to aim it. And I can tell because your shoulders rotate around to throw the baseball, but then they stop as soon as they face a target, and then your arm tries to come through, and then it just stops. It's unrealistic to say that my arm is going to throw this baseball as fast as I possibly can, but as soon as it comes out of my fingers, I can stop it and have it just be kind of out in front of me. See that? How you just threw the baseball. The baseball's not even halfway there yet, and your throwing arm is already back to being by your side. Our shoulders have gotten towards home plate, and they're still at home plate. We gotta rotate these shoulders all the way through. We can't stop them here and just have the arm try to keep going. The shoulders gotta keep going. The hips gotta keep going. We gotta remember the center of our chest, our belt buckle. When we get done with our pitch, it shouldn't be facing our target. It shouldn't be facing home plate. It shouldn't be facing our catcher. It needs to go through that. When you hit, you don't stop your swing at contact. You go all the way through your rotation. We have to do the same thing when we pitch, all the way through our rotation. Right now, you're trying to place the ball, you're trying to guide it, you're trying to aim it instead of throwing it. And what we've learned all winter was if we're aiming and lobbing the ball and not throwing it hard with intensity and going all the way through it with our good mechanics, it's hard to throw strikes. We have to remember all the way through. Rotate. Rotate all the way through. Look at that. All the way through. All the way through. Shoulders, hips, not just to the target, but all the way through the target. They're facing into that first base dugout when he's done. Every time, same delivery, no matter what the pitch type. Getting his chest out in front. Getting his chest out in front when he throws. Out in front when he throws. Out in front. Out in front. Out in front. Out in front. And watch yours. We got standing tall. Just throwing the arm at it. Standing tall, throwing the arm at it. We got to bend over. We got to throw this ball where? Down. We got to throw the ball down. And our body's got to therefore go where? Down. Our body's got to go down. So that's the big thing. We got to get the shoulders rotating all the way through. Get the shoulders rotating down. Get my hips going all the way through. My shoulders and hips shouldn't be facing home plate when I'm done with my pitch. Because if it is, I'm trying to throw the ball with only my arm. And only my arm is not going to be accurate. It's not going to be healthy. And it's not going to be strong. Okay, so what we're going to notice in these pitches that I just picked 5 pitches from the middle of your outing. And what we're going to notice with these 5 pitches is that our leg lift doesn't get very high. And when we're putting that foot down, we can see that we're already starting to rotate our shoulders. We're opening up. It would be like hitting if our front foot, when it went into a stride, if our front shoulder went towards third base. We're not going to have power, and we're not going to have control over the entire plate to be able to hit that ball. Same thing here. If our shoulders are opening up early, we're going to be flying open, losing power, and losing our ability to throw the ball where we want to. The other thing we're going to see is when we throw the ball, we're not finishing. We're just stopping our shoulders. We rotate our shoulders to throw. We rotate the shoulders to throw, but then you just stop rotating them. When we finish our throw, remember we said when we finish our throw and that back leg comes around and hits the ground, we want our belt buckle facing where? Into the dugout. Right now, your belt buckle is facing your catcher. What do we say where the chest needs to be facing when we get done with our throw? We need to be facing the dugout. We need to be finishing through release. We need to be balanced and under control. We need to stick our landing. But we can see we're walking after every one of our throws. Walking. We got to throw the ball and rotate our shoulders down and around. We got to get our leg up high. Get that leg up high. And then we got to rotate our shoulders and our hips all the way through release, not just to release. And we got to think foot down, then we rotate to throw. Foot down, then my shoulders rotate. My lower body rotates first, then my upper body rotates. So that way, when my front foot hits the ground, I'm not already opening up. And finish our throw. Finish our throw. Finish the throw. Every time, finishing the throw. Finishing the throw. Finishing the throw. Where's his head at? Right on the target. Where's his stride going? Right towards the target. How high is that leg lift? Very high. How often is it high? Every time. The same movements every time. Over and over and over again. Okay, what we're going to notice in our pitches here is that our stride is not going towards the target. Our stride is opening up. So just like hitting, if our stride goes towards third base, we're not going to be able to hit outside pitches, and we're not going to hit with as much power or consistency. Same thing if we are pitching and our stride is not going to the target, it's going to be hard to throw strikes, and it's going to be hard to throw hard, and it's going to be hard to be doing the things we want to do consistently. And because the stride is not going straight, we can see that our back hip doesn't finish the throw. Your right foot is probably still behind your left foot slightly. We got to get those hips to go all the way through. We need to get that belt buckle going into that first base dugout. We need those shoulders to be going into that first base dugout after our throw. But we can see because the stride goes out to the side, our back leg can't come around at all. And if our back leg can't come around, it's going to be tough for us to finish our pitch. And if we can't finish our pitch consistently, it's going to be hard for us to throw strikes. We're doing a good job getting a high leg lift. We're doing a good job loading into that back leg to get strong and powerful. We're doing a good job finishing that glove, but it's just that stride that's not going to the target. It's going out a little bit. So we need to work on getting that stride to be straight. And as you know, what you and I have been working on together is making sure that that stride is not too far, because we need to make sure that when we land, we don't have such a big bend in that front leg, so we can be firm on that front leg when we throw. We can just see how much bend there is to that front leg, and that makes it hard for us to be accurate. And if our stride is super long, we're going to be in a super big bend. So if we can shorten that stride up a little bit, that's going to help us be able to throw over that firm front leg. Be able to throw over that firm front leg. Firm front leg. That stride going right to that target. Once that front leg hits the ground, that knee straightens out, so that way that leg is nice and straight and firm, so we can rotate all the way around it. Get the shoulders and the hips all the way around. All the way around. Eyes on the target the whole time. Shoulders rotate all the way around. Hips rotate all the way around. So we just got to stride towards our target. Make sure that stride doesn't get too big. And throw over that firm front leg, not a bent front leg.